This is Rod Wave. Not many artists in the music world have perfected one sound like him. His signature sound is without a doubt unique. If the song starts, I bet you can tell right away if it's a Rod Wave beat or not, because he mostly uses these very specific emotional pain productions. And in this video, I will show you all the secrets behind those beats. And those little tweaks and secrets that I will show you will definitely level up your loops and will make them sound much better. His latest album was not only one of the biggest rap albums of the last year, but it also was packed with beats in his usual pain sound. These beats are mainly characterized by emotional productions, either based on guitars or on pianos. And that's why I started this melody with the softest piano from Keyscape and laid down a 1/7/6 chord progression, which you have probably heard in a lot of Rod Wave songs. And of course, you not only want to lay down those simple chords, you also want to add your own little melody to it, and that's also what I did. A very simple trick to keep the tension high is to have one half a little bit more busy and the other half less busy. And to give your piano that emotional touch, what you also want to do is turn the velocities all the way down to make the piano sound a lot more smoother. And to underline that, I've also added a reverb to it. And with those chords that we've just laid down, we've got the perfect foundation to start the layering process. Layers are a big part in Rod Wave productions. To layer this melody, I used a pad sound from Omnisphere, which is the Eternal Evolution preset, which is a very smooth pad and adds that ambient touch and also fills out the melody a lot more. For the pad sound, I just copy and pasted the chords, cut it out the lows, and added some reverb. Another significant part that you can hear in a lot of Rod Wave melodies are those soulful piano top lines. So I open up another instance of Keyscape and choose a different preset this time to kind of separate it a little bit from the bass melody that we've already got. That's why I went with the mellow piano. For the effects, I kept this super simple because I just linked it to the same mixer track as our first piano, so it just has that same reverb again. Let's take the seatbelt on, because now it is time for the most difficult part. Because in most songs of the last project, you can hear beautiful guitar melodies in all variations. Top lines, riffs, chords, everything possible. So since you either need good VSTs and some extra equipment to make it sound realistic, or you are good with the guitar yourself, it might take some time to replicate that original sound yourself. And that's why I went into the Lonely Cloud kit and grabbed 3 of the live guitar counters and phrases, which you can just drag and drop into the playlist and which have that authentic emotional pain sound. In this case, I got one of the electric guitars, which kinda adds that rockstar big stadium type of vibe, and the other 2 are warm sounding guitar counters. And the good thing is, they don't need any effects. If you struggle with guitar melodies as well, you can check out the kit. I will leave a link down below in the description. It also got piano top lines and beautiful accent sounds, which you can also just drag and drop into the playlist. And it also comes with 35 placement ready loops and a stash drum kit. Another typical component that Rod Wave likes in his beats are those vocal sounds. And for those cases, I like to use arcade. In this case, I used the Come to Peace preset out of the Distance Voices pack. And to bring it into the right spot in the mix, it just needed that radio EQ and a reverb. At this point, usually no extra melodies are needed, and that's why I only added 2 more accent sounds. That first one is that typical pain ambient sound, which you can hear pretty significant, for example in HG4 from his previous project, and which you can also find in the Lonely Cloud kit. The second one is a reverse guitar phrase. This is just one of those ear candy sounds and makes the transition between the chords a little bit smoother. And the last component is the bass. Of course, we needed a bouncy bass guitar to make this whole composition complete. If you are balling on a budget, you can do it like I did it and grab the Ample Bass P2 Lite, which is completely for free and which I use a lot for my own melodies since it sounds very good for a free bass sound. And for your bass, you got two options. First option is plain and simple, you follow the root notes of the chords. And the second one is a variation of that because you also want to follow the root notes of the chords, but also add a couple bouncy notes in between to let the bass play its own rhythm. And that's everything you need to make beautiful paint melodies for Rod Wave. So let's take a listen what that whole production sounds like. And if you want to get loops like that every single week, absolutely for free, you can join my free Discord server. I will also put a link down below in the description. And for the drums, we want to keep it simple. Most Rod Wave beats on that last project don't have many drum instrument sounds. It's more about the sound selection of the sounds. Most drum sounds that I used are from the Lonely Cloud kit as well, since it's perfectly designed just for paint beats. I used a very tight snare, and in combination with that, I used a very crisp hi-hat sound with some breaks and a little roll here and there, like on Angel with an Attitude. And for the 808, you cannot do wrong with a Spins 808. You can hear that pretty much on the whole project. And I've also layered it with a kick. So, and if you got those four things together, you are almost done with the drums. So another sound that you can hear a lot in the beats are open hats. I've got two different ones, one that hits on the one and one that hits right before the snare. That creates a super cool bounce with all the sounds together. And the last drum component is a simple accent snare just to give it that extra bounce. So this is everything you need to make beautiful Rod Wave beats. And if you want to know now how to make paint beats for Lil Durk, better check out this video where I will explain you everything you need to know.